Ahoy, divers, and welcome back to Deep Dive Gaming. Pardon me while I get the game going. I just got things started up, so all the chats and everything. So, we are back for more Satisfactory gameplay with Satisfactory. Ahoy Twitch, ahoy YouTube, ahoy Mojo. Oh, hi Rumble. I knew I forgot one. Oh, it's been a long day. But as the title might indicate, the thing we're working on today is the radio connection units. I was looking at the recipes yesterday, and we need radio control unit plus fused modular frames, because I can't use words anymore, to make this thing, the pressure conversion cube. So yeah, we've got these taken care of. It's time to deal with these. And on this one, I was looking at the recipes, and it seemed like the best actual recipe to use based on my situation was this one, because the heatsink requires alumina and copper sheets, which I have. I've got copper construction going on up there. Whoops. That's a bit. The other thing I needed was high-speed connectors, which require quick wire plus circuits. Well, quick wire is also here. And I debated on using the recipe with the silica, but I'm like, because I could use both. I could do silica for this, and I could use the quartz crystal for this. But I was looking at it, like, there's also the high-speed connector, which does quick wire cable and circuits, which is also here. So I could go either way. I'm a little bit undecided as to whether to import both quartz products, or just the quartz crystal and call it a day. The obvious trade-off is you get 2 high-speed connectors for every 2 circuits you make, but 1 high-speed connector for every 1 circuit you make with the cable and the quartz, or with the both silica and the quartz. So what really decided it for me was the fact that we have a recipe here for the silicon high-speed connectors, which, oh wait, hang on, recipe for the circuit boards. Silica circuit board requires copper sheet, again covered, and silica, and that gives us 5 per minute. So I'm like, well, we might as well just import the silica, use the copper sheeting, call it a day. So I have set up myself one of these. This is going to head south, where I have a docking station next to a quartz mine. So I'm still bringing in silica and quartz crystal. I just don't need to bring in as much silica. So I got that, and then I was looking at this going, I need fuel. So I decided that I would run up here. I'd make another docking station to the north here. Okay, and this guy is going to receive fuel from this guy. So I'm going to load up our existing truck stop up by the fuel depot with not only alumina but also fuel, and then hopefully it gets dropped off here. If it doesn't get dropped off here, I am going to set up a filter at this station up here. This is where I'd left off. I was going to set up a thing over here so that if fuel land gets dropped off here, it would get filtered back into the export. And hopefully move on to the next destination. My only concern is that there is such a thing, there is such a thing as a feedback loop where all we get is the thing that we filter out. So it could just be fuel, 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 and the alumina never gets shipped out. So I gotta figure out a solution for that. And I'm still very loud, it feels like. I don't know what's going on. I'm not talking loud. Just I keep going into the yellow on my sound mixer. Do in OBS. That's better. Okay. So how are you today, Mojo? I know. It's all the factories. They're making me deaf. So I'm turning down my headphones. Meow. Hi, Mariner Kitty. Or ahoy, rather. Wee. Okay. So we still have access coming into here. We're going to have to... Actually, we don't need to worry about that. We just need... What we need to do, though, is we need to run some of the alumina sheeting out to that truck stop that's over there that we just put in, because that's the delivery. Let's gonna Mariner Kitty, shush. Come here. I've been gone all day, so she's letting me have it. Start off with me running face first into a giant spider web with a wolf spider. Oh. Also, it's hot. I've been fighting regularly. Oh, I'm sorry. So yeah, a couple things to solve still in the logistics. I've got the location where I'm going to make the radio control units. So once I figure out the procedure to get things to the proper locations, construction won't be that big of a deal. I just got to work out how to... The only other thought I had was maybe if I do a second truck stop here, but no. The truck stop we have over here is mainly for picking up fuel, and then the truck is going to actually drive down to here, pick up the silica and the crystal, and bring it back up to drop off here. This truck is supposed to be bringing in, although, I do have to figure out the alumina sheeting. I think it's just a matter of, maybe if I bring in the alumina sheets to here, use the truck to deliver to here, and then they can go on to here and come back. That should still work. Still need to figure out the logistics of making sure that there's fuel getting dropped off at this docking station. Or, oops, truck took out a tree. I wonder if we can skip worrying about using this truck to drop off fuel at that station. Or, alternatively, this station is so full we don't need to worry about it. It is going to have some space available for it. Anyways, what my thought had been was, what if we just do an output, like run the fuel over here on this, like use what's called the sushi roll, a sushi belt, and then over here we somehow sort it so that the fuel gets moved over there, and along with the casing in the sheets, the fuel gets delivered over there. That might be the easier solution. Just need to get production going higher. I can overclock these if I so desire. That'll really get the aluminum production going. Why are you guys at a halt? It's not the aluminum production I'm short on, it's the delivery. I have not as much demand as I need. So let's review something here. Radio control unit. One of the options for radio control unit, or two of the options for radio control units, require aluminum casing. I don't want to do this middle one because of the rubber involved. And the computer one, my only option that doesn't require rubber or plastic is this guy, but it requires crystal oscillators. That's not a big deal, as big of a deal, simply because we've got the quartz crystal, we've got the cable, we've got the reinforced plates. So that's a possibility as well. Too many options. We've got analysis paralysis. We do need to get computer production going. Well, if we choose that route, do we need to worry about... We don't need to worry about the aluminum sheeting because we won't be needing heat sinks. Let's stick with this plan. Let's see if we can make it work. So we just need to solve the problem of how to get our throughput. Whoops. We need a... Let me check Mary Kitty's food really quick. Like I said, I've been gone all day. She may be hungry. Oops. Be right back. Nope, it's just I've been gone all day and she needs attention. So we're gonna give her some kitty attention while we try to do this as well. Okay, so that let me figure out how to do this. I should really face this a different direction. Meow. Yeah. Okay, let's do it. And oh, this should be a murderer too. Derp a derp. Murder. Okay. So we'll do that. And then we'll put a where are you gonna be? You're gonna be about there, I think. Nope. It needs to be further to the left. Yes, man, kitty, yes. I think that one's gonna do it. Yeah, okay, cool. Why did I didn't need to do this. Oops. The battery's getting low on my mouse. There we go. Let's reload. Just realized it's a sushi roll. It's a sushi belt. I don't need to actually. Oops. Let's go one further back. I don't need to do duplicate output. Yes. Yes, I'm aware. Okay. So, sushi roll or sushi belt. Woo! That belt really got me going. Okay. I guess the best way to do it is to put it over here. Meow. Oh gosh. Or should we do it over here so it's one of the first things that gets spat out? I don't know. Either way, we're gonna have to go over the assembler, I think. Or around it. I guess we could use that there. Alright, so 6, that's... And then... That's gonna be any. That's gonna be none. Actually, no, that's gonna be alumina ingots. I visited a bookstore today and I managed to not buy a book. I was sad and impressed with myself that I managed to resist the urge to buy something at Barnes & Noble. Okay, so this is going to be turbo fuel. And I think we could just join it up over here. I really wish I knew how fast you were going. You don't look like you're actually moving. Whee! stuff. Okay. I think that might be what we have to do. Let's put a splitter here. And then, because this thing cannot be full. What are you short on? Heavy modular frames? Oh, dang. Uh-oh. The fact that we don't have any heavy modular frames incoming is a bad sign. Discord's distracting me. Okay. Okay, that's got 3. That's waiting on the heavy modular frames. I don't want to, but I think I need to make another one of these guys. Because this production is not up to par. I guess I could overclock it some more. Just the problem is the modular frame delivery we're only going to get. We're supposed to be getting 16 per minute. But right now we are not, because I'm splitting the resources. I'm supposed to be splitting the resources. Well, I'm also splitting the heavy modular framework. Why am I not getting... Okay. That's odd. We're not getting any overflow, so it's just all getting sent down to the... conveyor belt. How do we get more of you being... Okay, so we're still stuck on the reinforce because it's probably... Yeah, it's still splitting. No? We're doing better. I think we're going to have to overclock these guys. I think that's the... Well, it's a combination of issues. So, we're getting plates. Plates are getting split. Between this and this. Same over there. Who's doing... Oh, that's right. These guys are producing... Okay. I think I see where my problems are. Okay, well I got enough now. I can upgrade you to be a Mark III miner. That's 240 per minute. Also, I just realized the output was lower than it ought to have been. So let's do some load balancing here. See if some load balancing will just fix it up. Have to call medical supply to deliver the whole. Uh-oh. Let him have it, Mojo. Yeah, we're just going to do some load balancing here. See if that helps out at all. This manifold is not helping matters. Let's bump you up to 180. Let some accumulation accumulate. Help us load up the buffer a little bit. Something throughput. Whoa. Now you're running on a consistent basis, hopefully. I just remembered I have these I can play with now, so I can gauge if we're getting enough per minute to be able to keep this one filled, or to keep this one with it, so that it's not lacking material. Calibrating. Okay, I think that's helping. Because these definitely have a surplus now. I'm trying to get this topped off so that I don't have to because that's what I think is reducing our out throughput. Is this thing is sucking up half of our plate production. So I doubled our plate production. Actually, technically, I quadrupled our plate production. in an effort to try and get that filled up so we could then go back to normal speeds. These are just doing rods, and I'm pretty sure they're keeping up with it. Yeah, definitely keeping up with the rod demand. Cough, cough, cough. Okay. So anyways, now that we've got, how are we doing here? I think these are keeping up now. We're also splitting this way. Oh. Okay, this one's full. I don't need to. Should really. No, it's okay. So all the reinforced plates we're making are going over to these guys. You are still short. Why are you short? 12 per minute times 2, that's 24 per minute. Six per minute in, that's times 4, so that's 24 per minute. Why is this? Why do I have one guy that's consistently delayed? I wonder if it's just... I wonder if a slight, just a slight overclock on these would be helpful. Or it's, they're already overclocked. Why am I... We'll add one more per minute to the production of these on these guys. This requires 43.3 per minute. Whoa. iCloud, why are you abducting my screen? Okay, so that meant, let's see, 43.3 per minute. Constantly, or this one bites, let's see, 43.3 times 2, so that's 86.6 per minute. This one alone is doing 80 per minute. So we shouldn't be having, oh, there's my problem, maybe. There we go. We can't be outputting 80 per minute if we're only receiving 60 per minute. That should help. No worries, Mojo. I was just babbling away about why my stuff, my throughput isn't as high as it should be. But I think I figured it out. I had a Mark 1 conveyor belt where I needed a Mark 2. So now it's receiving much more timely. Whoops. Stop it. There we go. I think that'll help a lot. And if those are producing faster, that means these guys should be producing faster. Let's see, 12 per minute times 2, 24, so we only need this speed here. Oof. And if we only need, let's see, 4, Times 4, 16 per minute. Now I want to check our throughput on here. It's probably going to be 8 per minute. Organization, no logistics. Dunno. Good, 30 per minute, and so you are no longer going to be behind. Materials. This we can put back down to 120 per minute. That shouldn't really affect you. I'll have to check back in a minute, make sure that's still at 30. Hey, this is 16 per minute. Sweet. So that should help out with this actually producing the number per minute that we want. Go ahead and dump these resources into here. I don't need to be carrying them. Yeah, that's better. Okay, boing. Alright, so that's fixed. So, whoops. Hopefully that means we got better throughput. Oh, we've still got some alumina ingots that didn't get delivered. Okay. That's a bad sign. Well, we've taken care of that, I believe. Anything dropped off here that is not alumina or heavy modular frame, it gets fed to the awesome sink. Yeah, 48, that's a lot better. Let's get this going faster because we are still trudging through a lot of alumina ingots to get to the heavy modular frames. Still me. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to shut down some of my alumina ingot production until we actually need to have it, because that's kind of ridiculous how much we're getting stopped up by extra. We don't need that extra. I'm so tired. Might have to beg off from doing the production meeting at Lagging Out today. Or maybe do it while I lie down. I don't know. That is something that I can literally phone in. Wee. Yeah, definitely can reduce production over here for a while. Let's go ahead and we'll turn off the bottom floor. Oh dang, why is it so overclocked? Well, we can do that first. Let's just remove all the overclock. I think we did that so that the other end wouldn't get stopped up, but I think it's going to be okay. Because I had all that load balanced, but I think it'll be okay if we're like, we'll have to continue. We don't want to reduce. We'll just leave it. I think we'll be okay. With this not producing nearly as much ingots, I think that will. I'm tempted to just turn off these guys. Anyways. Just maybe for a little bit until we use up some of the extra. Alright, so the other thing, like I said, the other thing we're going to do, and I'm going to have to wait on it now because this is full. I have to set up, a splitter or something so that some of the turbo fuel goes into here. I think if I do that, then and if I'd run that like that, then I could run this around into here. But we'll do that in a little while. Hey, there's a doggo. I thought you were my friend. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Nope. You might want to get out of the road. Oh no, he's fine. The road's over here. I wonder if I could shortcut around. Alright, now I gotta reconstruct in my brain what I was gonna be doing. Okay, that's right. I was gonna put a... Why are some of these not... Oh, probably because they're just full. Alright. So we were gonna do fuel out the right hand side, left hand side. I wonder if it'll let me do this. If I put a small frame pillar say here. No, it won't sync up. So I'll just have to put it there. And hope it lines up, or looks like it's close enough to lining up. I'm muted. I'm sorry. I've been babbling away, not realizing. So what I'm doing is I turned off I undid the overclocking at the smelters that were making the alumina ingots. Because we're obviously overproducing and it's gumming up the works. I also am turning off a couple of these, or a few of these guys, because we only need 100 alumina casing per minute for the blenders. So hopefully that will help over here. Reduce the output here for now until we need it. And now I'm gonna rig up, I think, some alumina and some turbo fuel conveyance while we wait for that all to get sorted out. So I need two. Whoops. I might as well just turn this off until I need it. We do need the sheets. I think I'm gonna have to excuse me. How to do the sheets. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Ouch. I think if I do a splitter here. This is just so I have a way of getting it to see into be able to snap. Sorry, I keep not finishing my sentences in a timely fashion. Okay, so that's going to be any, this is going to, or no, this is going to be any non-defined. This is going to be alumina sheets. And then, whoops, darn it. Okay, so need to do that all the way across. I guess turbo fuel. Okay, that's it. So go this way. Will it reach? It will. Look at that. It reached. Okay. So we need to get... Oh, whoops. This should not have been on this level. Lag. Should have been a little bit lower because we want to use the second level. There, that's better. Which means I don't actually need this third one on this particular guy. We'll worry about the speed. Up in the speed. Ah! That is not what I asked you to do, you dumb thing. Whoa. Oh, I overdid it. Okay. Why is that acting like it's... Oh, I didn't get that level. That annoys me, but whatever. Okay. Next time around, Mojo. Next time around, we'll pay more attention from the beginning. Try and build this sucker so that we don't have to tear down and rebuild halfway through. I wonder why that particular guy turns yellow. But we're inching our way towards having the nuclear pasta being produced. So we are making forward progress. And I'm trying, I don't know if I'm succeeding, but I'm trying to build this in such a way that we can tap the resources we're producing to be sent elsewhere to build different things based on needs. I know we're going to need plenty of nuclear pasta, so however much we get going at a time might be all we get until I build another site. I'm just worried I'm going to get too impatient, or that I've been too impatient and built with not enough foresight. Do. Oh, well, that needs to be fixed. I wonder if that needed to be fixed over here. No, I think it's fine. Alright, so I'm also muttering to myself. here's where things will diverge. We'll put this guy here. This guy goes here. This is here. This is here. Right, now we are going to be I was about to ask if Kofi went on a coffee break. Okay, next phase is we're going to put Mercury on this conveyor, if it'll let us. I think we need to take that out first. Because that's a fuel line in. Whoa, I almost got run over. This is also going to be a fuel line in. And then this is going to be alumina in. Okay. We'll make sure I set that up properly. Yeah, fine. We should do overflow. Alright, so I'm not sure how much of the sheeting we actually need. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off one of these guys. Right. Heat sink. Heat sink requires alumina, sheets, and copper. So that's the first thing I'm going to set up. Figure out how much of it we need. See, is this gonna load? This will load. Okay. I began rereading the Foundation novel, or are they novels or are they literature? I forget. They're sci-fi. I've started rereading that series, and I've also finally started up again reading Children of Dune. This is going to be an unload. We need to figure out. I think it's going to be an assembler. Assembler that will be producing heat sinks, right? Yes, there it is. Okay, so that's 37.5 per minute of the Alcalad aluminum sheet, so I think that was a good call turning off that one. I did, right? I think I did. 22.5 copper sheets per minute. So I just need to figure out my routing. Need to figure out my routing for the copper sheet. I do have them being made over here. So it's going to be a long journey. Crossing over the top of my existing factory to go over there. Played around with the idea of tapping a different node for the copper sheets. But then I'm like, no, because then I still have to transport the copper sheets somewhere. Whereas here I can just send them. So we're also probably going to have to put, may actually set up a sushi belt for the do the quick wire and the copper sheeting on one belt, so I don't have to worry about doing this twice. And also the wire. We need to do all three. So I think that means we're going to be... Wait, no. Circuit board. No, it wasn't the circuit board. It's a high-speed circuit, high-speed connector. Yeah, either one of these would do the trick, but I think we're going to do the high-speed connector. So yeah, cable plus quick wire plus copper sheeting, all going over there. So I think Dirty. So I got a big old industrial container in my way. I gotta figure out how to get around that. Up and over might be the simplest solution, but I run the risk of running into the power tower. Ow, itchy nose. Okay, let's start here and see if we can get it across. How high do we need to make this? I think we only need to make this 2 tall. figure out how tall to make it across the span here. And I think we're gonna have to. I recently found out one of my favorite authors lives here in my town, so I started rereading Wolfwalker series. Ooh. I don't know anything about the Wolfwalker series. Oops. Have you read Anne Bishop's The Others? Sci-fi series. It's called The Others by Anne Bishop. It's a series of books about the others, which are an ancient what do I want to call them? Species, I guess, of shapeshifters. Some of them take on wolf guys. Some of them take on crows. Some of them take on, and there's also elementals and things like that. It's really, I enjoy it. The first book I think is called Written in Red. Let me take a quick peek. Yes. Here, I'll drop a link. That's not what I wanted. Why did that not copy? Copy, you dingus. There. Can I delete this other post? I don't think I can. I'm not in the right mode. Mojo, could you delete that little link? It's no big deal if you don't. Or can't, rather. Can't or won't, whichever. Yeah, I know, right? I actually got to, so, fun story. I went to a writer's conference where she was the, I want to say, keynote speaker at the banquet. And she had actually, like, done a raffle with her book series. All except the first installment of the series was being raffled off. And I won the raffle. Or no, it was a silent auction. But still, I won the silent auction. I got all the books. And after the drawing, I got her to sign them for me. That may be too far away. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll see if they'll reach. How are you coming on? Filling up the storage container, by the way. Okay, I should be able to overclock you guys now. So actually, I think I needed to keep you running at 30. Let's see, we have 2 of these. 40 per minute. Okay. So no, I don't need to overclock you. Yep, I'm gonna need to put another one around here somewhere. So let's see. 1, 2, 1. I'll just get the count. Let's see how many of these there are. 1, 2. Stop it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, okay. And I didn't realize that they were clipping into this, so we'll redo this. Ow! Oh shoot. I'm out of my usual fuel. Okay, I can switch to turbo fuel now. Sweet. Actually, I've been forgetting that I have this hover pack. I don't need to be bouncing around like an idiot. Okay, so oops, wrong button. Come this way. Looks like I can put them there. Without clipping anything even. Although I come close to that wire, I don't quite get it. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to make my way gradually to the right here, or to the left, so this the guy can go. Well, I just put it right here for simplicity. Okay, so that will go there to there. This can go from here to here. And it's somewhat level. Might actually put another layer on. See how it looks with one more elevated thing on it. Nope, now it's an incline. We don't want that. Decline acceptable. Okay, so now we can do... I think we'll put it here. Oh, this is a little bit lower. So that's why that decline is happening. But that's okay. Oh, I was out being a good son today. I went and had food at a food truck that was selling fish and chips, and it was boasting Alaskan trout, some sort of Alaskan fish. It was all right. I don't usually do fish, so I thought it would be a neat treat. Oh man, okay, so last stage. This is really going to determine where my factory is going to go. I kind of want to go that way. Extend south. But the problem with that is that my copper powder bit production is up here. So I might have to bag that and move down here, because there is a copper powder, there's a pure copper node here that I could utilize. Might be a bit of a struggle because I'd have to ship the copper over to here, but then it wouldn't be too big of a hassle, I don't think, to ship the copper powder up to where I'm working here to finalize the nuclear pasta. Then the nuclear pasta will be nearby when I finally start working in the blue crater. So yeah, I think that's the proper course of action. Halibut most likely. Okay. Fish and chips, food truck right across the river from me. Guy that runs it used to cook for Queen Elizabeth back in the 90s, early 2000s. Excellent fish and chips. That's good. Whoops, I guess we didn't need... How did we get... Oh, we wandered back up a level. Okay. Let's go ahead and go back down a level. Alright, so if we're going to be continuing in that direction, we need to I haven't actually looked. Let me bring up that particular window. I mean, Rumble's consistently just said sending data the entire stream. Where's the browser? There it is. Currently it's broadcasting okay. So I don't know what's going on. Alright, so that's the copper. Or let's see. This is where the illuminated sheeting is going to get dropped off, I believe. Let's see, this needs to be an unload. I checked that several times. Why now is it that I find that I've got it wrong? It's been struggling on my end, but all my hardware is running at optimal levels. No clue what's happening. Could just be, I mean, Restream is my guess. Okay, I think if we put this here, we can do the smart splitter. Smart splitter will send copper sheet to the right, and then anything else undefined can go straight. So this is our heatsink production. Where is it? There it is. And then we'll go ahead and do smart splitter here. We'll just say any for now. Actually, no, we should say luminous sheeting straight ahead. And then we're going to do this temporarily. This is a temporary measure, hopefully only, until we get everything sorted out. That way we're not getting the works gummed up while we're trying to get everything sorted. And we can get production going on the Alcalad sheets, or on the heat sinks in preparation. Actually, let's go ahead and dump what we've collected accidentally into here. Oops. Okay. So we can get... Whoops. I put this in the wrong spot. Because this is going to go out. So... Nuts. I just realized. this here. Copy, paste. Get rid of that. Actually, we didn't need to. But we'll just... I'm doing this all sorts backwards. That's what I should be doing. And then for now, that's good. Did I accidentally get this lined up properly? Without even trying? I did. Almost. I just didn't get the elevator quite right. Wow, that was good placement on my part. Huh. I love it when I do things like that. Totally by accident, but perfectly aligned. Or perfectly correct. Alright, so what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna get... Okay, so... I think the proper course of action is to put the awesome sink here instead. No, get out of the way. I didn't want to cover up all the water, but I may have to. But I won't do 4x. I'll go over the river, over the water, not excluding the water. Okay, so now, awesome sink. Line it up with that particular guy. Move it this way. Get up. Hook up the power. Alright, now we can do... bring over the copper sheets. Well, only... Well, I guess we could do it all right now. We were gonna do a sushi belt. Starting with you. Let's see, how do we do this? Because it's gonna be a merger on that. I think if we do it like this, and then put the merger on the output facing that way. Yeah, that gives us access to that input, and then that will export that way. And then we gotta figure out do the splitter from the other direction, dude. Actually, no, that's okay, because it's actually coming from this direction. Architecture. Oh, and that's the perfect height. That's 2. That's 2 I accidentally did perfectly. So this, although, should be smart, probably. Why is this not hooked up? There we go. I'm using all sorts of all sorts of awesomes all over the place, but it's kind of working. Alright, so this is going to be overflow, and then any, and this will go over here, and that'll start the process. Okay, now we need to hook up the wire. This is going to be an interesting one. Because I didn't... Right, so I lose credit. I lose a half a point because I did not. Oh no, duh! It's already hooked up. This is what needs hooked up now. Okay, so we're gonna do any. We're also gonna ramp up the production on this one. Don't know how many cables per minute we're going to need, but we're going to... overclock this to 60. I'll give us 30 per minute. And then that sushi rolls and sushi belts us into having cables. Now we just need to do this guy. And I think we'll do it this way. Don't think we need to split off from that, but if we do, we can come back later. Okay, and then this guy needs to be any. That's almost full. Okay. That means we'll be getting 30 per minute soon instead of just 15 per minute. Go ahead and ramp this up to 10. So that's 20 per minute. Ramp this up. Oh, we should ramp both of these up. Oh, that's already going. Okay, cool. Why did I do that? I don't know. I could totally split this off and double my intake into there. But that's too... I guess I got room to move this forward. Okay. Oops. So let's delete this. Ah, come on. Let's delete this. We'll delete this. We will cease the overclock on this for now. We will do a merger here. I think we can maybe kill the overclock on this for now. I'm not sure, but we'll also put a splitter there. Bip 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 to bip bip to bip bip to bip, and then constructor. Uh-oh. Oh, come on. Stop pushing the wrong buttons. Stop pushing wrong buttons. Uh-oh. That should be okay. Okay, there's the cable. Where's... Let's go any... That's feeding that and feeding that. Hopefully this does not gum this up. I just realized. Whoops. 12 per minute. 6 per minute. Okay, we can overclock these now, I believe. So I think we were going to do an even 6 per minute. Copy. Paste. Okay, so that's 12. 6, 12. Okay, no, we needed 24 per minute. So this was an actual thing we needed to have overclocked. But we only need it on 12. Alright, we were on 12. Bleh. Copy settings. Copy settings. Yeah. 6 per minute times 4 is 24. If these ever max out, we could probably undo the super overclock. Actually, looking at it now, we could probably undo the overclock. Because this line is full. And these are not getting sunk. So that's perfectly fine. So when 4 of these are not clocked, that's 3 times 4 is 12 per minute. We'll leave these guys at 6 per minute. Copy. Paste. That's still 12 per minute. Okay, so then these guys only need 80 copper per minute. And this one here is putting out 80 per minute by its lonesome. So if we undo that, so this is splitting, this is doing, okay, so this is doing 30 per minute, 15 that way, plus 30 from this, so it's 45 per minute. Reduce this by that, so this is receiving 45 per minute. The other 15 is going this way and going that way, so 15 plus whatever this is putting out, it's 40. 15 and 40, it's 55. What did I just say? We needed 80 per minute? Yeah, okay. But the line is full. We may not need to do any more overclocking. We'll leave it. If it looks like it's going to be it's not going to produce enough, we'll probably will at some point start receiving shy, but it's fine for now. 40 per minute, 80 per minute. I don't want it to break. So let's see, 40 plus 15, 65. So if we overclock this to do 65, that ought to fix it. At least it's not 80. At least it's not using Summer sloop. Okay. Oh, I forgot to connect this up. Okay, so that gives us... How are you doing? 10 per minute. Oh, I never put you back at full. 20 per minute. 30 per minute. How many more of these can we put out? Okay, so we can do 15 per minute with the overclock. Okay, so how much... Only doing... Technically, we're only doing 7.5 while this fills up. How many copper sheets do we need per minute for the heatsink? That's the next question. $22.5 per minute. Okay, so 22.5 per minute. We were only doing 15, but split. You know, I don't actually need that many copper sheets. So we're going to go ahead and say overflow on that for now. So that'll put all 15 towards that, but we need to overclock 22.5. Which means we need 45 per minute, which means this needs to be overclocked to 45 per minute. So that's 45 per minute plus 30, so what is that? 75 per minute plus 30, so it's 105 per minute. So you need to be a Mark II miner. Dump that in there. And 120 per minute is fine. Don't need to limit it by how much we actually want to have per minute. We can just output at 100%. Alright, so that's done. So the next phase involves... Whoops, this needs power. Next phase involves getting the alumina so that this can continue production. But on the flip side, let's see what the next part is. What were you... Okay, radio control unit. That's a manufacturer. So I don't know where we're putting the rest of the assemblers yet. So we'll leave space open. So I don't want to start pumping in the alkali alumina or sheets until we know where this is going. To get temporary do a merger here. And we'll say overflow goes into there. That way when this fills up with copper sheet, we don't need to worry about this getting clogged. Okay, so what's the next thing we needed? Actually, I should do this differently. Slightly differently. I should put it over here. Because we'll probably need to do a couple of those. Okay, so high-speed connector. It's going to require cable, quick wire, and then also the circuit boards. Oh. Okay. So we need to do another assembler. I'm going to end here in a minute, but I'm going to get this installed. Because this one is going to be the silicon circuit board. Sabby! What happened, Sabby? How did you lose your account? And welcome back, by the way. Ahoy and all that. Okay, so... Dumb left my account logged on the computer in the library. I was working on. Ow! Was it your Discord account as well, or just your Twitch account? Because I saw some odd shenanigans going on your Discord account as well. I left it all, went home early and just... Oh no! I even saw that there was stuff going on, and I'm like... I think I sent you a message in Discord saying, hey, I think your Discord's been hacked. But obviously you didn't get it. Well, welcome back. I'm glad to see you again. This is my new game, Satisfactory. Okay, so that's silica, copper sheet. Okay, great. So 22.5 and 27.5 equals an even 50 output I need to have from over here. I've been doing all right. I've been with, okay, we're going to need to do this. After all, 50 per minute. See, it's a good thing. So Tuesday nights at the usual time, Hero from Lagging Out and I get together and do a stream of consciousness. We just finished our series on Final Fantasy games, or series on discussing all the Final Fantasy games. And I've actually started streaming earlier on Wednesdays due to obligations with Lagging Out, because I'm part of their production team now. Help them pick out topics to discuss on the lives on Friday night. I've been on that a couple of times. I should fix this. Actually, no, maybe I don't need to fix this. That was lifted up, but maybe it's not. I think it's even. Okay. So yeah, I invite you, once we get that going again, I'll let you know. Because we're kind of on a break right now while Hero gets some things sorted out on his computer and I get some artwork made for the overlay on the stream, and then he's going to stream to Lagging Out on his computer. I'm going to stream to Deep Dive Gaming on my computer, and it's going to be awesome! We hope. But unfortunately that means, because I start earlier on Wednesdays, I now have to end. So we're going to call it here. I will, if it's alright, send you DMs in Discord, Sabby. And we'll get caught up a bit. And then just a really quick blurb, I will be on Lagging Out's channel tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern Time. For more Satisfactory gameplay with Satisfactory. Until then, enjoy. I'll be on my channel, Deep Dive Gaming, again Sunday night at 7:30 Eastern Time. Until then, enjoy Satisfactory. Fair winds and fun gaming, y'all. Bye-bye.